Truth out at last, as mastermind behind killing of 40 Igbos gives reason behind brutal massacre. See what he said. Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for tuning in and listening to this headline that we brought to you all this morning. As our headline for this morning says that truth out at last, as mastermind behind the killings of 40 Igbos give reasons behind brutal massacre. See what he said. He said that 8 years have passed since the fateful day that stained the peaceful community of Imbo in the Uzo-Uwani local government area of Enugu State with blood. April 25th, 2016 will forever be enticed in the memories of those who survived the massacre that claimed the life of no less than 40 innocent individuals. As the community continues to grapple with the trauma and aftermath of that tragic event, recent revelations have shed new light on the circumstance surrounding the massacre and the individuals involved. At the center of this unfolding saga stands Muhammad Zurai, the only person convicted for mass murder. Zurai's recent confession, made during an undercover operation at the Enugu Correctional Center, where he awaits his impending fate, has rekindled public interest at the case. A herdsman by profession, Zurai stunned reporters by admitting his complicity in the Imbo massacre, albeit in a role that diverged from the narrative presented during his trial. When Zurai maintained that he did not physically participate in the killing, he confessed to recording the gruesome event on his cell phone. According to Zurai, the root of the massacre lies in the tragic beheading of an Alhaji in the Enugu community. This act of violence proportionately served as the catalyst for retaliatory strike that devastated Nimbo. However, Zurai's account of events raises more questions than ever. How could the brutal murder of one individual justify the indiscriminate slaughter of dozens of innocent villagers? And why did Zurai, if needed a mere bystander, chose to document the atrocities unfolding before him rather than to intervene to prevent further bloodshed? The legal proceeding that follows the massacre added another layer of complexity to an already convoluted narrative. Zurai and 4 other suspects were arraigned on May 19, 2017, facing charge of murder under Section 2741 of Criminal Code Cap 30 Volume 2 of the Revised Law of Enugu State of Nigeria, 2004. Throughout the trial, Zurai emerged as the prime suspect with incriminating evidence linking him to the scene of the crime. His cell phone, discovered to contain video footage of the Imbo killing, serves as a damning evidence against him. On May 17, 2023, Justice Anthony Onovo of the Nsukka Division of Enugu State High Court delivered a verdict that sent shockwave through the community. Zurai, deemed the sole participant in the massacre, was sentenced to death, while his co-accused were acquitted during the insufficient evidence. This disparity in outcome raises concerns about the fairness and impartiality of the judicial process, leaving many to question whether justice has truly been served. In the aftermath of the massacre, the Imbo community found itself once again thrust onto the spotlight as tragedy struck anew on April 28, 2024, as villagers gathered to mourn the victim of the 2016 massacre as silence descended upon them, claiming the life of 4 individuals and leaving countless others injured. The timing and location of the attack, occurring during the period of communal mourning, compounded with grief trauma experienced by the community. Well, amidst the chaos and devastation, voices of commendation and calls for justice reverberated across the region. Governor Peter Umba vowed to track down these perpetrators and hold them accountable for their action. Immediate measures were taken to provide support of the wounded, with the state government assuming responsibility for medical expenses and offering assistance to bereaved families through scholarship and employment opportunities. Where, however, amidst the clamor of justice, underlying tensions and accusations lingered. The Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria (MACBAN) moved swiftly to distance itself from the renewed violence, attributing to escalating tensions to criminal elements rather than broader herdsmen community. Gigado Sadiki, the National Deputy Director General of MACBA, called upon regional authorities to recognize the contribution of herders in the local economy and refrain from attributing wrongdoings to every member of their community. Whereas Enugu State grapples with the legacy of violence and the imperative of communal harmony, the path forward remains fraught with challenges. Reconciliation efforts must go beyond mere legal proceedings to address the underlying grievances and foster genuine dialogue and understanding between all stakeholders. Only through a collective commitment to peace and justice can the scenes of the past be healed, and the promise of a brighter future for Imbo and the residents be released. This report, however, condemns the barbaric act of crime and suggests that all perpetrators associated with this criminal act be brought to justice. And that is all we have concerning this headline for you all, which says that truth at last, as the mastermind behind killing of 40 Igbos give reasons behind brutal massacre. And this is it. The mastermind behind the 40 Igbos it's high time that he is confessing. He goes by the name Muhammad Zori, the only person convicted for the mass massacre, for the mass murder. And his recent confession made during the undercover operation at the Enugu Correctional Center, he confessed, saying that where he awaits the impending fate, he resignated public interest in the case. A headman by profession, Zurai, stunned reporters by admitting his complicity in the Imbo massacre, because albeit in a role that diverged from the narrative presented during this trial. While Zura maintains that he did not physically participate in the killing, he told the government officials saying that he did not physically participate in the killings. He confessed in recordings to gruesome events on cell phone. He was part of the people who planned the huge massacre that happened in Enugu State some years back. And what did the governor of Enugu State did about this? After hearing all this, he vowed that nothing like this will ever happen in the state again, saying that he's going to improve the security of the state, and he vows that anyone caught in such an act like this will be severely dealt with. Will be severely dealt with by the rule of law. The governor of Enugu State said all this to the people of Enugu, saying that they should not fear anymore, that he won't allow anything concerning this to happen to them. What do you guys think? I just want you all to drop your own comment in the comment section.